y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
You guys can hear the Texan now, can't you?
Yep.
Okay, just a bit. Thank you all so much for coming out. It's my first time doing an open mic night. First time presenting poetry in public. I agree. I really appreciate that innocence is the theme. I believe that's an incredibly important thing to preserve if you're a child, especially growing up in this troubled world. But as an Indian woman or woman of Indian descent, some of you might agree with me that the concept of innocence can often be a little bit of bullshit. So for this experience that I believe maybe a lot of women in this room know a little bit too well, I present you my poem. It's called Homa. Fire dances, swaying is taraf, like the hips of the sexiest Madhuri we all know. When the men sing Bholi se surat, as if the onyx lychee nut of her sparkling mute eyes and not the ripe gyrating translucence of her flesh is what smolders the pits of their manhood. Because we are transfixed, we Hindus, with our most sacred swaying guest, the VIP of festivals, weddings, deaths, the only brightness to rival our dowries, and the only immaculacy to consume the brides they ruined. We are its most devoted audience, and will pluck from the ground with servants' hands the most fragrant accolades of young virgin petals to offer, like we do the aging Bollywood hero, hint hint, ostensibly eternal and indestructible, powdered, graying, ashy underneath, hidden by ageless blue heat in his eyes, burning the holes of our desires into the clingiest cholis the censor board somehow approved. And yet, the embers there in his eyes are not unlike the ones in between her thighs, wrapped like fish we want to hide under layers of pleated georgette and petticoat. Though everyone else seems to know they're there, felt radiating, pulsating, glowing, warming, and melting the key of his earthiest thoughts, so he may pour them to stoke our flames, while our hands hold stubbornly through our dupatta, that tantalizing canopy over our curves, catching the slightest breeze, even in the most sweltering of summers, and mummify ourselves in a sheer chiffon modesty, holding sweat and strangers' eyes against our bosoms, to wait for the mantra we know so well for a deity within us we are told we cannot know at all. A sexy mere pasa, swaha, just a few minutes alone with her, swaha, unsolicited friend requests on Facebook, swaha, a hand creeping up her skirt, swaha. What were you wearing, swaha? Did you call him Paya? Swaha. Swaha, now sung the way McCartney did, let it be, once a name of a woman who brought Agni himself to his knees, daughter of Daksha, lover of fire. We conveniently forget that she knew how to please a man, while her sister Sati went too far the other way, destroying her father's dignity with her fate, and a name that would lick at the heels of centuries women following their destinies into the flames. She became Shakti, forged of mountains, terrifying goddess mother, and we forgot that she too was once the fire herself, so that we can offer up to her the carcasses she created, roasted amateurishly for her holy bemused delight, because she is the only woman you somehow still remember, because she hopefully will remember you too. Then remember this also, the way we used to. You always say that we too are most sacred, albeit only when untouched, that our torrid virtue, sanskar, innocence, will blister the hand who dares cop a feel, and then you cage us in the havan, smear us with chandan to make us as pretty as the item girls, and chant so methodically, throwing your spices and songs from afar, delighting in the way that we crackle, we pop, we squirm, perhaps comforted even that our destruction can be pinned down while you pray, and our purity extinguished when you're godless once again.
Yeah.